Good morning, I'm Barry Davis. Here's a look at your Wednesday morning rush. A huge fire at a plastic manufacturing plant in North Texas is still burning. That fire started about 1:15 this morning at the Poly America plant in Grand Prairie. We're told the area that's burning is about the size of a football field. No word on any injuries right now or how that fire may have started. A San Antonio man shot while sleeping, the unintended victim of an attack on a neighboring house. According to San Antonio police, someone fired several shots on South Olive Street. The bullet went through the man's house, hitting him in the ankle. He's in the hospital. Officers think the shooting may have targeted the man's neighbor. A federal judge ruled this week a Houston area school district's policy on hair length is discriminatory after a student filed a suit. Barbers Hill ISD suspended Caden Bradford when he wouldn't cut his long locks. Barbers Hill also told Bradford's cousin DeAndre Arnold to cut his hair if he wanted to graduate. That judge's decision comes a month after the school board voted to not change its hair code policy. And dozens of local students now have desktop computers to help them learn from home. Yesterday, the San Antonio Housing Authority distributed 105 computers to families that earn less than $12,000 a year. It's part of Saha's Connect Home SA program. All of the computers were refurbished by Goodwill San Antonio. That, Paul, is a look at your morning rush. Help those kids stay up on school.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's awesome for them. All right, thanks, Barry. Outside.